hedge, right? This was the basic purpose behind options. As we discussed previously, options can yeah, Anand, I remember you. Yeah, I remember. Thanks for attending again. I'm sorry guys, getting distracted. So as I said, that options can be used both for an upside market and a downside market. Options which basically uh, denote the upside or a bullish strategy or on the call side, and the put side is basically the weakness in the market. Call buying, call writing, put writing, put buying, put writing. We've explained all of these. If not, you could anytime refer to these previous videos. The idea for today's session is to cover the option Greeks. Okay, so as most of the other instruments, which is a function of price discovery, an auction market theory, as we could call. Somebody is putting in a price to buy, somebody to sell. The bid ask spread, when it matches, the deal is done. Options, yes, if you see in the live market, the options market does have the bid ask spread, the auction market theory, but a lot of that is also the option pricing at the start of the day or the settlement price. A lot of things are governed by something which is called as Greeks. So options have a lot of moving parts. One of them is Greeks. Greeks are also like the first order Greeks, the second order Greeks, third order Greeks. I would not get into that. I would not want to confuse, considering that we have just starting with Greeks. So today what we'll be speaking is majorly the first order Greeks, except for gamma, which is a second order Greek of delta. But these are the most commonly used Greeks: delta, gamma, theta, and vega. Okay. Karan, if you could move the slide, please.
Yeah, so before we get started, what I would like to say is we are recapping the Greeks. अगर आपको याद होगा तो हम लोगों ने पहले भी एक बार Greeks किया हुआ था, and we got a lot of comments telling that people are interested in understanding Greeks. So that, according to me, is a very good thing, because you guys are trying to look at options from the point of view of Greeks. करेक्ट. सो जब भी आप नेकेड लॉन्ग या नेकेड शॉर्ट कर रहे हो, या कोई भी पोजीशन बिल्ड कर रहे हो इन ऑप्शंस, ओके, यू आर लुकिंग एट इट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ ग्रीक्स, विच इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग. एंड एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, आई पर्सनली बिलीव दैट यू हैव टू लुक एट ऑप्शंस फ्रॉम द ग्रीक्स. ऑप्शंस शुड बी नोन बाय द ग्रीक्स. मतलब अगर कोई ATM कॉल पुट बोले, सो यू शुड बी एबल टू टेल 50 डेल्टा कॉल पुट. सो I mean, it not only sounds fancier, but you have a mathematical edge to what ATM is, what OTM is, what ITM is.
Yeah, and guys, I would say there is importance to know the Greeks and calculate them roughly to an approximate figure. You don't have to be a mathematician or a mathematical prodigy to have Greeks taught to the figure. You need to have a rough estimate as to how these Greeks are working, and that would put your trading and your returns much higher or slightly apart to the general people, the general uninformed people who just trade based on a hunch.
Basically, who speculate by going long a OTM call or OTM put without understanding what the delta is, without understanding what is the probability of that particular option ending in the money, or all those things.
And just I would not drag it long, because since Greeks can be designed for bullish market, bearish market, and neutral market as well, sideways market, if understood properly, Greeks can be something which is kind of a regular return over a period of time, not too high returns, but decent enough returns which could beat the market. But that does require a lot of expertise and a lot of hard work and practice into it, right? So let's not deviate too much from the topic. Getting back into the option Greeks, the first and foremost option Greek that we will talk about, which everywhere you talk about, is the delta. Okay, what is the delta? Delta is basically the rate at which the option price was changed in comparison to the change in price. Okay. I'll come to a detailed later, giving you this, explaining this by an example. Let's say if I say option put, call option delta is 0.5, right? And let's say the call option is 50 rupees. I'm not talking about the strike irrespective, I'm just saying the delta is 0.5 and right now it is priced at 50 rupees. The market rallies by 100 rupees, right? The market rise by 100 rupees. So 0.5 delta, what it says, for every 1 rupee change in the price, call price would change by 0.5. That is half of that. So 50 rupees call option, if the market rallies by 100 rupees, would change by another 50 rupees. That's 50 plus 50, it becomes 100. Alright, so the initial price was 50, the market moved 100, delta was 0.5. So the option moved by a 0.5 of 100, that's the market movement, it moved by 50 rupees. Right, so that is what is delta. Okay,
So what we'll do is so एक थोड़ा इसको different approach लेते हैं. Okay, so we'll do the standard how do you say it YouTube channel या Instagram influencer जैसे करते हैं ना, हम लोग वैसे करते हैं. We look at the chart, हम लोग देखते हैं कि क्या level पे हम लोग entry मारते हैं and all those things. So let us just open Nifty. Okay. And say for example, now that the movement has happened, predicting that I could have gone short here is way more easier, right? So we'll just do that. Correct. So ये जो high बना था, that happened around 12 o'clock. So वो time पर market जो था, it was now this is spot and this is certainly not a recommendation. This is just an example. So when the market was at say 25,485, correct, your ATM would be either 25,450 or आप 25,000 को भी consider कर सकते हो, though it is a bit in the money. 25 rupees वो in the money है, but 25,000 हम लोग consider करते हैं. Correct. So because market was close to 25,000, for the ease of it, we'll say that when the market was at 25,000, okay, तभी जाकर आपने 25,000 का put purchase कर लिया. Okay, so sorry, 25,500 पर जब भी था, आपने 25,500 का put purchase कर लिया. So अगर मैं ग्रीक की भाषा में बात करूं, मैंने कितने डेल्टा का पुट परचेज किया है, ये आप मुझे बोल दीजिए इन द चैट बॉक्स. करेक्ट. मतलब आई एम टेलिंग यू हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन है, द मार्केट इज एट 25,500, आई एम परचेसिंग अ 25,500 पुट. एक्सपायरी आप छोड़ दीजिए, मुझे बस आप कमेंट बॉक्स में ये बता दीजिए कि आई एम परचेसिंग एन ATM पुट. मुझे इतना बता दीजिए डेल्टा कितना होगा.
So those who are attending this session from our YouTube channel, they can type in the chat box. So we'll just take the 30-second on this so that you can reply us what should be the delta on this.
So that says 250 delta, okay, 0.25 delta. Abhishek says 0.5 delta.
So I'll again tell you what the question is. 25,500 per market है hypothetical situation, and आप 25,500 का put purchase कर रहे हो. मैं आपको एक hint दे देता हूँ, it is ATM.
Okay guys, I see there are a lot of answers coming in. Okay guys, most of you have got it right. It's a 0.5 delta. Okay, so now how delta works is, delta is in the range of 0 to 1 for calls and 0 to -1 for puts. Okay, -1 denoting that is for the downside direction. So as the market moves down, the put option would change by 0.5 but in the downward direction. So it is only the downward direction change would affect the put price, but it would remain by whatever delta it is. So in the money options, as the money is more, as the strike price is more in the money, the delta comes and tends to go more near 1. It tends to go towards 1. And the more it is out of the money, the more the delta goes towards 0. I hope you get it, guys. So if you're talking about calls, so let's say we are talking about right now, what is the market, Karan?
Around 25,
24,
just below 25.
24,990, so I would say 25,000, right? Let's say 25. So 25,000 calls and puts are practically in the money, at the money. So their delta would be at around 0.5. Yeah, Sunil, you've got it correct. It's minus 0.5. Anyways, continuing guys. So their delta.
Yeah. सो आप जब भी डेल्टा की जब भी हम लोग बात करें, सो फर्स्ट थिंग यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इज व्हेन इट इज एटीएम, आपका 50-50 चांस होता है एंडिंग इन द मनी, करेक्ट? अगर बाजार अभी 25,500 पे खड़ा है एंड यू आर लुकिंग एट अ 25,500 ऑप्शन, देर इज अ 50, सी मार्केट ऊपर जाए नीचे जाए, देर इज ऑलवेज अ 50-50 पॉसिबिलिटी. सो आपका जो एटीएम कॉल या पुट है उसका वैल्यू, कॉल का अगर रहेगा इट विल बी 0.5, पुट का अगर रहेगा इट विल बी -0.5.
Negative 0.5.
Now, of all the answers, I would say one of them has actually
Sunil has got
nailed
the
it.
correct answer.
Yeah. So when you say it is a negative 0.5, matlab it's a put, ATM put. When you say it's a 0.5 or a 50 delta, it is basically a call, because कॉल्स का जो है इट विल हैव पॉजिटिव डेल्टा, एज इन द मार्केट जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाएगा आपका ऑप्शन वैल्यू वैसे वैसे बढ़ेगा. बट पुट का जो है जैसे जैसे मार्केट नीचे जाएगा आपका ऑप्शन वैल्यू बढ़ेगा.
So that is that negative sign indicates that way, right? So guys, I hope you got it. So strike prices which are in the money will be near to 0 or near to 1. I'm sorry, and strike prices which are out of the money will be near to 0. And at the money strike prices will have deltas of 0.5. As my colleague said, the reason being is at the money there are 50% chances of it closing in the money. As you go out of the money, the chances of it closing as you go out of the money, the chances of it closing in the money or the market reaching to that strike price is lesser. And once it is in the money, so it is already in the money, right? So the probability of being in the money is already there. That is why. But as it is closer to the strike price, there is slight chances of it going out of the money. So that's why you see options close to in the money which are close to the strike price will have a 0.6. Deeper in the money will have a higher delta, maybe almost close to 1, because the chances of that going out of the money is very less.
So one general question, can you ever see a delta of 1 or -1? Just put it in the chat box. 1 या -1 का डेल्टा हम लोग को कभी दिखाई देगा बिफोर एक्सपायरी पे? इज इट पॉसिबिलिटी और माइट नॉट हैपन? आप वैसे डाल दीजिए, एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट जस्टिफिकेशन में डाल दीजिए. सो नाउ वाई वी कीप आस्किंग यू क्वेश्चंस इज, वन, वी आर कंटिन्यूसली टॉकिंग, सो ऑब्वियसली हम लोग भी थोड़े थकते हैं तो थोड़ा हम लोग भी ब्रेक लेना चाहते हैं.
End of the day, it's end of the market, afternoon, everyone's got a good lunch.
Yeah.
Forget you, even we feel sleepy after such a time.
So
this is to keep you engaged.
Yeah. And एक थोड़ा डायलॉग वाला फील आता है, as in we connect with the viewers much better.
Right, so this is not a training guys. Siddharth, when call is deep in the money, delta tends to 1. That I agree. But what Karan asks is, can the delta be 1 exactly? Think of it, guys, because we want you to not only understand but also relate different factors.
I'll just give you a hint. It has something to do with the word probability.
Sujit, no. Okay, Sujit, if you're saying no, why? Sunil, theoretically, yes. Yeah, I'm saying theoretically, yes. Theoretically, a lot of things can be said, but is it possible practically? Let's make it more clear.
चलो इसको हाइपोथेटिकल एग्जांपल में लेते हैं. से नाउ टुडे दैट द मार्केट हैज फॉलन, करेक्ट, 25,000 के नीचे गया है. डू यू थिंक द डेल्टा ऑफ 26,000 पुट विल बी 1? चलो एकदम प्रैक्टिकल में मैंने डाल दिया.
Practical, 26,000 deep in the money. Deeper, I think 1,500 points.
1,000
points deep in the money, pretty good for Nifty. Can it be 1?
We'll wait for 1 minute exactly.
Yeah. Guys, 1 minute. Think of it. Can it be 1?
Think around the word probability.
क्या मार्केट 100% एश्योरेंस देता है हमको किसी चीज होने का? या हाउ इज द मार्केट? You guys, I believe, do work in the market, do play the market. Think of what I said. Does the market give you assured returns? Does the market assure you of what is going to happen tomorrow?
So we do have a few replies, one of which is deep in the money. Okay. bang on. So basically, what we understand is, yeah, जो real life में होता है, correct? So the example that we gave you. So when you are looking, say the market is at 25,000 and you're looking at a put of 26,000, correct? Ideally आप क्या बोलोगे कि okay, it is deep in the money, delta आपका -1 ऐसा सब होना चाहिए. So theory says that. बट टेल मी वन थिंग, ओवर द वीकेंड ये जितने भी मिडल ईस्टर्न प्रॉब्लम्स है या जितने भी रीजंस है, जो FII पुल आउट या जो भी रीजंस है जिसकी वजह से मार्केट गिरा है, ओवर द वीकेंड से दैट देर इज अ रिवर्सल इन ऑल दीज सिचुएशन, we can have a massive gap up open, correct? So that is the reason you can never have a delta of 1 or -1. Theoretically on paper हो सकता है, as Siddharth just mentioned, 0.8 0.9 का हो सकता है कि there is a 90% chance that it will end in the money, there is a 80% chance it will end in the money, but there is no 100% chance that it will end in the money.
So pick up any books, it does say that the market is between 0 and -1, is between 0 and 1, and cannot be 0 also. Otherwise, there is no chance of it not being in the money because the market can just rise and a call which is deep out of the money can just come into the money. So it is not either 0 or neither a 1.
And people who have been there in the market during a budget session, a particular budget session where corporate taxes, reduction in corporate taxes and all those things were declared, correct? So those people, you will agree with us ki why a particular option cannot have the delta of both the extremes. या तो फिर वो 0 भी नहीं हो सकता है, 1 भी नहीं हो सकता, -1 भी नहीं हो सकता. So I am assuming that you people have, because you guys have answered the questions, I am assuming that you guys have understood the concept. You guys have understood delta conceptually. That's a very good thing. Very good success for us.
You guys have got a grasp of it. If not, you can go through these videos again, or if you could write us a mail, my team would be collating data. We could take a survey. If you all want this, we could do this all over again in classroom training, maybe a paid training which is maybe much more in detail, right? So the various things can be worked out, right? So I'm sorry guys, I said paid training because if there is a lot of involvement which I need to sit down and all, there is my time, my team's time which has to be taken care of, right?
Time value basically.
Yeah, which we'll come to later. Next is gamma, right? So what is gamma? Gamma basically measures how delta would change, how the rate of change of delta with regards to the change of price. Okay, now understand this thing. I said XYZ call, delta of 0.5, market moves at by 100 points. Is that delta going to remain after that movement of 100 points? Is that delta going to remain 0.5? No, right? It's going to change. It could change to a 0.6 or a 0.65 or a 0.7, right? So that change in delta with that particular change in price. So understand, delta is the change in price, the rate at which it is the change in price with regards to change in time, underlying. Okay, gamma measures how the delta will change in comparison to change in price. As I said, 0.50 delta, when the underlying moves by 100 point, it moves the delta which is at 50 rupees, and a 0.5 would move to 100 rupees, right? Because it's a 0.5 delta. But does that mean that the delta at that point is going to remain 0.5? No, because it is also, it could have become now in the money. The one which is at the money has now become in the money. So the delta is going to increase. That change in delta with regards to a change in price is known as gamma.
So इसका एक बहुत ही simple मैं आपको example देता हूँ. So if we ever drive from say अंधेरी to say कोलाबा, ठीक है? So आपने आपके फ़ोन पर navigation वगैरह लगा दिया and it will give you an estimated time of arrival. कि say for example it's 100 kilometer, hypothetically 100 kilometers का distance है, आपको 2 घंटे लगेंगे, correct? So as you keep on driving the car, say it is assuming a particular speed that you will be following the speed limit and you will be driving at 60 kilometers per hour. So the time that it has given you, it is basically based on a speed. But say for example, आपको रास्ते एकदम खाली मिले, you start speeding up, start breaking rules, आप 80, 90, 100 पे चला रहे हो. Will the distance, remaining distance be the same? नहीं. आप 100 किलोमीटर्स पहले यू आर कवरिंग एट 60 किलोमीटर्स पर आवर, बट नाउ यू आर कवरिंग 100 kilometers at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So your estimated arrival, your time of arrival will be different. So basically डेल्टा आपको बोलता है कि ये डिस्टेंस कवर करना है, गैमा बोलेगा कि ये डिस्टेंस जितने टाइम में कवर होगा वो डिपेंड, आई मीन मार्केट जिस स्पीड से मूव होगा उतने कितने टाइम से आपका डिस्टेंस जल्दी कवर होगा.
So before we go into the next concept, let us know if you have understood about the delta and gamma.
No, we still have to cover quite a lot of gamma. So gamma, okay, guys, understand. Delta, okay. So just Karan said. So I will give you all very simple. आपकी गाड़ी अंधेरी एक 100 किलोमीटर 100 मीटर 1 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस, लेट्स से 100 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस 2 घंटे में कवर किया, तो गाड़ी का स्पीड था 50. ओके, दैट इज डेल्टा. आपकी गाड़ी 50 की स्पीड पे चल रही थी, दैट इज डेल्टा. बट अब जब भी आप गाड़ी स्लो होती है, तेज होती है, तो आप रेस देते हो तो आपका स्पीड अचानक से बढ़ता है, फिर एक पॉइंट पे स्टडी आता है. तो वो जो बढ़ता है ना स्पीड, दैट इज बेसिकली आपका गैमा. जस्ट ट्राई टू विजुअलाइज इट, राइट? जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग.
सो मार्केट के कंडीशन में अगर मैं बोलूँ, सो से फॉर एग्जांपल टुडे व्हेन वी लुक्ड एट द हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन ऑफ 25,500, यू नो 25,500 हम लोगों ने पीक पे जाकर पुट परचेज कर लिया, बट द स्पीड एट विच द मार्केट फेल, यू नो, जब भी आई रिमेंबर दिस डिस्टिंक्टली बिकॉज हम लोग जस्ट लंच करके आए थे एंड द मार्केट टर्न मैसिवली नेगेटिव. द स्पीड एट विच इट फेल, करेक्ट, आपका ऑप्शन प्राइस जो है, आपका पुट प्राइस जो है वो मल्टीफोल्डली बढ़ा रहेगा. वाई? बिकॉज द स्पीड एट विच द मार्केट मूव्स चेंज्ड, बिकॉज ऑफ विच आपके डेल्टास जो है वो बहुत जल्दी चेंज हुए. सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी प्रैक्टिकल मार्केट रिलेटेड एग्जाम्पल. सो ये कार का एग्जाम्पल तो आप बहुत जगह पे आपने सुना होगा. यहाँ तक अगर किसी को कुछ पूछना है, जस्ट टिल हियर, इफ यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डेल्टा एंड गैमा and why the gamma is called a second order derivative is what we'll explain after you guys put in your thoughts, you guys put in your queries. And also give us feedback if the delivery is too fast, if the delivery is too slow, आपको कुछ pace वगैरह change करना है तो वो भी बोल दीजिएगा.
I think research analyst is doing the great job. I think like the delivery is quite good. I believe. So if you can just type in the chat box if you are going too fast or you are not able to grasp it, because this was the simple concept that many of us has mailed us that they want to cover about the delta, like the option Greeks again. So that's why we are covering this. So those who are attending this from our website, they can type in the chat box. Those who are attending this from our this YouTube channel, the YouTube channel में जो भी कोई attend कर रहा है, they can put in the live chat box. Thank you so much, Siddharth. That delivery is fine. Yeah. So
Nice to hear that, Siddharth.
Yeah.
Nice to hear that. So as let's continue, guys. You are free to type in your chat. So as we said, the gamma is the rate of change of delta. That is why, because it is a second order derivative. Because the first order derivative क्या है? The rate of change of price is delta. Rate of change. उस rate of change का rate of change. So that is why it is second order derivative. प्राइस से तुम उसका चेंज निकाल रहे हो, तो दैट इज द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव. प्राइस से चेंज निकाल रहे हो, चेंज का चेंज निकाल रहे हो, आप समझ रहे हो, तो यू आर गोइंग डाउन 2 लेवल्स. दैट इज वाई सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव. याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं, जस्ट फॉर ज्ञान. ठीक है, हमारे पास ज्ञान ज़्यादा हमको दिखाना हो, नथिंग टू डू विद सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव, फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव आपको याद की जरूरत नहीं, आपको सिर्फ कंसेप्ट याद रखना है. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. व्हाट वी अंडरस्टूड इज इन डेल्टा calls always a positive gamma, always a positive delta, and puts always a negative delta. But here the game changes in gamma. Long positions, so buying a call, buying a put will always have positive gamma. Why? Why positive gamma? Right? So this, so that you're right. Velocity and acceleration, I believe you are an engineering student like us, so you could relate to it better. So, okay, I'm just joking, guys. Don't take my puns seriously. I have a habit of shooting in the foot sometimes. So, okay. Anyways, I just let's not. I'm sorry to get distracted. So, options delta में that minus denotes कि इस चीज़ का भाव तब बढ़ेगा जब मार्केट नीचे जाएगा. Okay, that is what it denotes. But now let's come to the practicality of thing. मैंने कॉल या पुट खरीदा है, ओके, मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा या नीचे जाएगा, मेरा प्राइस बढ़ेगा, राइट, द प्राइस विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. मेरे को अभी फिलहाल किससे मतलब है, मार्केट के मूवमेंट से और मेरे प्राइस से मतलब नहीं है, मेरे को मेरे प्राइस और प्राइस चेंज से मतलब है, राइट. सो अगर मैंने कॉल बाई किया, इफ आई बॉट अ कॉल एंड द प्राइस कीप्स ऑन इंक्रीजिंग, my delta will keep on increasing, my price of the option will also keep on increasing, right? So it is increasing. Matlab it is plus. That's why gamma for a long call is, the change is always positive, right? The change is proportionate to the market direction. ऊपर जा रहा है तो market price जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है तो call का घट रहा है, but at the same time long put का price बढ़ रहा है जब market घटता है, right? So that is the reason buying is always positive. वही चीज़ क्या होता है, I have sold, right? But if I have sold a call, market increases. When do you sell? When you expect something to becoming cheaper, right? But when I sell and the market keeps on increasing, price बढ़ रहा है. So that is why it is short calls and short puts are considered negative gamma. Guys, slightly confusing. Don't worry about it. Just remember this. Options delta positive for always calls, negative always for puts. Gamma always positive for longs, irrespective call and put. Gamma always negative for shorts, irrespective of call or put. Just remember this, guys.
So just to put it in, now that we know that we have a few engineers in the viewers, among the viewers. So आप गाड़ी फर्स्ट गियर में चलाओ या रिवर्स गियर में चलाओ, your position is going to change, correct? The only difference is sorry, आप एक पोजीशन में आप आगे जाओगे, दूसरे पोजीशन में आप पीछे जाओगे, but there is a change in the position. So that is why you say अगर आपके मार्केट में मूवमेंट आया and you are holding a long position in the options, irrespective of whether it is call or put, you are long the gamma, करेक्ट. एंड अगर आपने ऑप्शन पोजीशन, आपने अगर ऑप्शन शॉर्ट रखा है, देन यू आर शॉर्ट द
gamma. Remember these guys, very simple to remember. Just it needs you to go through the concept again and again, try your hands on options, and I believe we have improvised a much better interface now, focusing towards people who would like to trade on our platform. Put in the trades, you're welcome. I'm more than happy to see you people trade. Would be a kind of a certification that I have been able to communicate my message properly, right? So these are the two basic and starting delta Greeks. The next two Greeks, okay, which hold. So if you ask me in the order of importance, if as a trader, Vega would be the most important to me. Second would be theta, because theta can make or break your deal, right? Then would be delta and gamma, and that's it. So this is my way of looking at it. Now theta, what is theta?
So when I was new to the market ना रोहित, so ये सारे Greeks मुझे थोड़े confusing लगते थे. So I had a very common way of remembering theta and vega. So theta basically time, so T and T, so theta
T and time. Vega V volatility.
Yes.
So we'll come to it later. So theta, what is theta? Theta is the change in price as the passage of time. Okay, with regards to time. Let's say आज अपने call option खरीदा है, ठीक है? Now if the market does not do anything, आपको लगता है कि वो वैल्यू कल सेम रहेगा, यूजुअली अब देख लो, ओके, यू विल बी फीलिंग अरे आई हैव बॉट द कॉल, ओके, अब tomorrow the market is not moved, why am I losing money? That loss of money is your theta.
Adding to your point, this is the same query that what we get in a mail also. कि market, I have purchased the 25,100 call and market rallied to 25,150 right now. But मेरा उतना ज़्यादा पैसा क्यों नहीं बना? Because it was like the expiry tomorrow.
Because वो theta आपका your theta decays. We call it as theta decay. Theta keeps on being taken, it gets eaten, and as you get close to expiry, theta decay rate is even more faster.
This is probably like best for the seller.
Yeah, so theta is best for the seller. मैं बेच के बैठूँ और मैं रुकूँ, मार्केट कहीं नहीं हिल गया तो पूरा theta मेरा the premium goes to zero because At expiry, delta, gamma, everything is zero. Right? So what is left? What I get? The entire premium is what I get. So theta is the biggest culprit, guys. That's what we say that when you buy a call, sometimes ऐसा होता है. Okay? Sometimes you buy in the money option. Okay, you buy a slightly in the money option. Market rallies, but then my option price is not rallying as per as with the market. Why does that happen? Because tomorrow the theta gets deducted, right? हर रोज का theta वो आपका deduct होता जाएगा. That's why the market in buying options, your market has to rally rapidly. That is when you make money. That is when the theta decay is taken care of.
So basically, like for the call buyer or the put buyer, theta is the culprit, but for the call seller and put seller, theta is a very good friend.
So now just adding on to Rohit. So for buyer it's a culprit. So all long positions are negative theta, right? आपका theta उतना पैसा घटता है आपके option के price में से. So that is negative theta, and all selling options are positive theta. Theta घट रहा है पर आप आ रहा अपने घर पे, right? It's coming to us. You are realizing that premium. So that is why theta is a very important factor. Sometimes the theta might be higher. So far dated options will have higher theta. Expiry आज है, उसका theta will be lesser. Expiry 10 दिन बाद है, उसका theta same strike factor because of which the price difference happens.
So एक और चीज़ मैं इसमें ऐड करना चाहूँगा कि now that we have explained theta, we have explained the time value. So जब भी हम लोग option का basic explain कर रहे थे, we spoke something about expiry. Correct. So this particular contract is valid if the prices breach beyond this or below this within a particular time span. Correct. So वो time span जो है वो expiry जो है that is one of the major factors that will determine the theta. So अगर आप एक monthly contract देखोगे at this point of time, now that we are in the start of the month, आपके पास time span जो है expiry तक का it is way higher. So I'm assuming around 20 working days. Say for example today is the first, so on an average 22 working days होते हैं. So आपके पास पूरे 22 दिन है. बट अगर आप वही बेट एक वीकली एक्सपायरी पे लोगे तो आपके पास सिर्फ 5 दिन है, 5 वर्किंग डेज है. करेक्ट.
Guys, let's come to a live example out here.
Yeah.
Let's, so that you all can understand what we are trying to imply. So NSE India.
So in the meanwhile, अगर आपको यहाँ तक कुछ query है, I would want you guys to, I would like if you guys could just type it in the chat box. If you could just put it in the YouTube live chat, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Now एक ही चीज़ मैं आपको बोलूँगा कि we got requests about theta and we conducted a recap on this particular topic. So we are dead serious about you guys. Helping you guys understanding delta, helping you guys understanding all the option Greeks or anything to do with options and technicals. So अगर आपको
guys,
query है बेझिझक आप लोग पूछ लीजिए. We'll try and cover out everything.
So guys, at the money here. Now I'm not talking about strike price. Please understand this. I'm talking about at the money. The reason being is the at the money for a future dated closure for a further expiry will be different because of the cost of carry. There's a different formula to it. I don't want to get into it. So let's focus on at the money. At the money क्या है इधर 210 है कॉल का. Let me go to the month end expiry. What's it? You see that 454. It's almost 200 rupees worth of theta. It's not only theta, it's theta and gamma which contributes to it. But can you understand the difference? So that is what. So theta is a very important factor depending on the buying or the purchase. So in the money आपका है, it's exactly not, आपका money is in the money by 100, but your option price would be 102, 103. Why? That 2 or 3 is your time value premium, right? Similarly, if you are outside the money, intrinsic value तो कुछ भी नहीं है, फिर भी आपको हवे का पैसा नहीं है. It is not just gas. It is the theta that is being inbuilt into it. So that is how option pricing is derived at.
So another thing that I would like to want to add is as you go in the money, the theta factor जो है वो option premium का वो कम होते जाता है. Why? Because आपका intrinsic value बढ़ जाता है. So जितना आपका intrinsic value बढ़ेगा उतने से आपका theta factor कम होते जाएगा.
Right. So at the money, and as you go out of the money, the
because the intrinsic value is 0, so आपका theta
it's
factor
only
ही बच जाता है.
it's only theta, right? So next, coming to the most important, this is for me as a trader, the most important option which I will factor into my trades, right from a strike selection to a strategy to anything. You know, long back when I was in my initial days, I was reading different books. I don't remember which book. So there I had read that options trading is all about mastering the volatility, right? So अगर आपने volatility master कर लिया ना, volatility give you an idea, buy करना है, short करना है, वो आपको आइडिया देगा कि मार्केट कहाँ भाग सकता है. It's a different beast altogether. I could have a different lecture altogether on volatility. Right now, I'll not get into what volatility is, but I'll just explain what is Vega. Okay, the rate of change in price. Okay, the rate of change in price with the change in volatility. I am talking about volatility, guys. I'm not talking about the interest rate or something. With the volatility, the IV that we see for options.
So when my colleague is telling rate of change in price, he means the option premium here.
Yeah, I'm talking about the option premium. Not talking about the underlying, the option price. I'm talking about the option price, how much it changes with regards to the change in volatility.
So one thing I want to ask the audience is, when we are talking about the volatility, what volatility are we considering? मतलब हम लोग underlying की बात कर रहे हैं कि derivative की बात कर रहे हैं? बहुत simple सा question है. I just want to check how attentive the people are. So that is why I am asking you guys this question. So when we are talking about volatility, what exactly are we referring to? What exactly are we trying to understand here? If you could just put it in the chat box, or you could put in the live comments.
You know, these 30 seconds break we take so that we get a pause. Volatility of the underlying.
The majority of them have gotten it right.
So volatility of the underlying is what we are talking about, right? So, and that too, we're talking about the implied volatility. That is the future volatility that is calculated on different parameters. I will not get into it. Just understand this is implied volatility that we are talking about. Sometimes, as you might see, as I'll repeat, you might buy options, right? Market rallies in a very short time, as I said, for you to make profit. But end of the day, your money is not made. Why? Theta cover हो गया, delta cover हो गया, gamma cover हो गया, फिर पैसा गया तो गया किधर? Why is my money not being realized? That's the biggest villain. याद रखना, villain, Vega, volatility. Trust me, guys, that's a beast.
V for villain.
Yeah. So what happens is the market rises, but your the volatility might be high because of certain uncertainty in the market. That's the reason the volatility has been factored into. अब मार्केट में जब रिस्क बढ़ता है तो ऑब्वियसली एक्सचेंजेस, बायर्स, सेलर्स प्रीमियम ज़्यादा चाहेंगे, द प्रीमियम इंक्रीजेस, राइट? जैसे आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल हाउ इट इज. ओके, people of a higher age group like Karan and Rohit, they have higher insurance premiums, right? And people like me have way lower insurance premiums, right? Why? Because as they grow older, the risk of them bloody dying is higher or falling sick is higher. And people like me who are young, we have lesser risk of falling sick or something, or let's not get into that.
So on a slightly lighter note, if the probability of a particular event happening is much higher, the premiums
so coverage ज़्यादा चाहिए ना यार ये. So
correct.
Let's say if I know that's going to happen, I'm either going to make money or lose money, and there is a high probability of that happening, I would want a bigger safety net, right? So as I said, as insurance companies, they have a higher probability of this client facing the calamity or claiming insurance. So that's the reason the higher the premium. सेम इज IV. सो अनसर्टेनिटी बढ़ता है, ठीक है, एंड इधर अनसर्टेनिटी कम, इधर द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ फॉलिंग सिक इज लेस. सो सिमिलरली तो मार्केट में अनसर्टेनिटी है, सो अनसर्टेनिटी है तो क्या है, IVs बढ़ जाते हैं, IVs बढ़ जाते हैं. सो बेसिकली IVs मार्केट इज नॉट श्योर ये वो, एंड एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द प्रीमियम्स मे बी आर एट अ सुपर हाई. यू बाय द ऑप्शन, कॉल पुट इररेस्पेक्टिव. फिर द मार्केट रैलीज. ओके, लेट्स सी व्हाट अ कॉल मार्केट रैलीज सुपर. End of the day, you see you made zero. Then you don't understand what has happened. And this has happened to me, and that is where I started studying Greeks. As market rallied, I was in the money. I'm not making money, but that is when I came to know that volatility is what matters. What happens? Volatility crushes, right? If there are 4 factors which are governing price, 3 factors are covered. One was so overweight that जैसे ही वो crash हुआ, बाकी सबको भी ढकेल दिया. That's the reason volatility plays an important role in options, right? So again, here for buyer of options, volatility, high volatility is not advisable. For seller of options, low volatility is not advisable because seller of options low volatility बेचता है and volatility बढ़ता है, उसका price फटेगा, right? The price will increase because volatility increase. And similarly for a buyer, high volatility में लिया है, as the market might move in the direction, but the uncertainty of that event of whatever was expected comes down and the volatility shrinks and you lose money. So guys, this is what Vega is all about. The rate of change in the option price with regards to the change in the volatility. Volatility बढ़ता है तो क्या होता है, volatility घटता है तो क्या होता है. So simple. Volatility बढ़ता है तो option price बढ़ता है, volatility घटता है तो option prices shrink होते हैं. This is what it is, right?
So when we are talking about volatility, एक चीज आपको ध्यान में रखनी है, there are basically 3 types of volatility. एक होती है आपकी implied volatility, एक होती है आपकी realized volatility and एक होती है historical volatility. So जब भी आप historical volatility के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, you are telling that historically, you know, this has been the volatility or this has been the movement in a particular underlying. Implied volatility is basically what the option market is assuming its volatility is going to be. Correct. So that is why something like some factors like the Fed event or a central bank policy, around that time normally कैसा होता है कि volatility थोड़ी increase हो जाती है. That is why the option market is assuming that the volatility is going to be higher. And then there is realized volatility. Realized volatility is basically आपने expect ये किया था and real में ये हुआ.
And historical is
over the past
couple of years 10 दिन में volatility क्या क्या realize हुआ उसका हम historical value लेते हैं. Okay, so this is the major Greeks that you need to know about. Just on a touching topic, there are various models to price option Greeks. The most famous 2 of them will be binomial model and the Black and Scholes model, with the Black and Scholes model being more adopted and more famous across the industry, right? Merton Black and Scholes, I forgot their name. So that they were the ones who have derived this pricing model, and that pricing model takes into consideration all these 4 Greeks from which a theoretical price is derived. How do you trade on? That's a different ball game altogether. So with this, guys, I would like to tell you all this is the gist of option Greeks. I know it is just too short of time, 1 hour to grasp everything. We have tried our best to get across the message. If any doubts or any queries, guys, please feel free to post on the chat box, please. Over to you, Rohit.
So just as an FYI thing or for your information kind of thing. So if you ever have the opportunity to look at a Black-Scholes model, you'll realize that उसके जो formulas है, they resemble some of the physics formulas. ठीक है, so what I would suggest, I mean, it's just a trivia.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Jim Simons was a physicist, a mathematician.
Yeah. So ये जितने भी models बने हैं around mathematics, they are all derived from some of the physics models. So again, not at all important, but just as a for your information kind of thing.
It's always good to know. You sit among 4 people, कभी बात निकली, आपने एक दो अच्छा line और बोल दिया, shows that you're serious about the business. That's how I got the job.
So so यहाँ पर we'll halt. We are almost 1 hour into the session. So we don't want to bombard you with too much information. So what I would suggest is अभी हम लोगों ने इसका recap किया. Practically put it to use. Only then you will understand how a particular a particular Greek will affect your trading या कैसे आपको उसको change करना है to make sure that you make money in option trading. अगेन एक बात मुझे आपको बहुत ब्लंटली बोलनी है, दीज आर ऑल यू नो, जैसे डेल्टा में हम लोगों ने बोला कि इट कैन नॉट बी 1 and -1 and 0, करेक्ट? सो देर इज नो 100% सक्सेस इन एनीथिंग. सो वो चीज़ें आपको ध्यान में रखनी है. ऑल यू कैन डू इज ट्राई एंड गेट क्लोजर टू होपफुली 1. And
And just to add on to option, since we're talking about option Greeks and something, guys, remember one thing: options can be low risk, managed low risk for the limited risk, limited profit kind of strategies, and there can be unlimited risk kind of strategies as well. So, as an investor or a trader educator, I would tell you all, manage your risks properly, manage your risks very well. You will end up being above the curve. Management of risks is the most important funda, guys. Right, so I think we're done for the day. Rohit, anything that you'd like to add on? Guys, any comments on how the delivery was? It would encourage us, or if there's something going wrong, it would help us course correct. So do post in your comments.
So I think like thank you so much our research analyst. I think like that this was the one of the great insightful session I would say. Yeah, thank you so much Siddharth for this, and I appreciate everyone like who is attending this session from our YouTube or through our WebEx. Do comment us that how was the delivery today, so that it will be help us to improvise in much better in the future. And hopefully like this next week, as we had promised earlier also, we have already took the straddle and strangles and spread strategies, and the next week we'll be coming for some more strategies on this, and with the practical implications on how you can implement in this
So
this
guys,
app actually.
probably next week we'll take a break for all of y'all for these to sink in. Then maybe
That's also
yeah,
great.
then maybe we would come in, because now we have done straddles, triangles. I would like to cover more advanced strategies, something like a ratio spread, a ratio back spread, a ladder. A lot of things are there which can be done. So next week, not sure. Let's keep it light. That's what my suggestion is. Rest is up to Rohit, whatever he decides.
but certainly अगर आपको कुछ query है, then you can send it via mail. And
Guys, any kind of queries, you can actually post it on the YouTube channel. People who are watching this from YouTube, and Rohit, people from the WebEx, there is an email address which has been put in.
That's called your ring.academy@accesssecurities.in.
And guys, seriously, watch out for this space on Axis website as well as Axis. We are coming up with something very soon, more focused towards investor education, investor and trader education. I am very excited about this project. Trust me, I'm involved. Karan is there, Rohit is there, and I'm sure you guys will like it. Watch out for this space, guys.
yeah, so also follow us on our social media handles. We put out small snippets. We put out something interesting that is happening. So and हम लोग के analytics जितने भी रहते हैं वो भी host करें. So do follow us on our social media handles also.
And guys, and I would say that please do follow the social media handles, especially LinkedIn and Twitter.
Yeah.
There are some great reports put out by me, my research team, our head as well. Seriously, some great reports, and I would not say that we nailed the market, but yes, we nailed it. Guys, it is not that we are the best, but there is a lot of think tank that goes into it. People with varied years of experience. So I would say on any given research, there would be comfortably about 60 to 80 years of experience that comes into.
Yeah.
Real veterans, real crazy guys in the research team. So I would be very much encouraged if you have a look at those reports, comment on it, share it. It would be a boost for us as well.
So I think
Sushant has a doubt. Rohit, can you please clarify that?
yeah, I'm going to that Sushant topic only. That here is the link of our YouTube channel. You can go ahead and all the videos or all the sessions what we are taking, it is already posted there, and so this will be already will be covered here, and all these sessions are already mentioned. That is on the technical analysis, on the options trading. So in this link, you can in this playlist you can find all the sessions which we have already done it. And this session will be already there in the live channel right now, so it will get published into this playlist also. So you can access this option Greek also. Do share it with your friends or colleagues and who wants to learn about options trading or technical analysis, because these are the things like which everyone's required in the current market to know about. So do take the informed decisions and watch out for our next sessions. So with this, I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's session, and thank you so much all, and thank you all research analysts for giving such a great insight and are actually on this option Greeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for your participation. Have a nice day. Goodbye.